Just to make sure, I'm out of the conflict because even though I don't want anything to spread or Nia to talk about it, it's not really my thing. I can't hinder her and I can't hinder him. I'm just trying to be not there, or...
Well, technically, you could enter the conflict as well, in some fashion to get your own way.
But I don't have to.
But you don't have to, correct. You could just stand there looking miserable. That is true.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing, but I wanted to make sure that that's okay.
It is okay.
Very miserable.
Yeah, that. In fact, I quite like that.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, excellent. I do like the characterization of both Mark and Nia. They make so much sense to me right now. What they are doing. It's perfect. So let's take a look at what traits may be involved. I can think of one or two traits I can think of one for Mark. Nia, or Sandra, can you think of anything for Nia? There is the, it's not Keith, and it's not hiding. You are
scientist.
Yeah, and then what is the other trait that you have?
Sneaking.
Sneaking. This is a little sneaky, if you ask me. It depends. Are you going to be sneaky about it? Are you going to tell a lie or to try to... Well, yes, basically lie. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I can be a bit sneaky.
Okay, but you have to say how it is that you are dealing with this dishonesty.
How it is.
I'm sorry?
Well, I would say it depends if I win or lose. But I don't know. There's two scenarios here. So
well, I think what I'd like to know is what sort of dialogue. Maybe we should get a little bit more dialogue to get an idea of how you are handling the obvious disagreement. For both of you.
Well, I would. Well, as I said, there's something of importance that I don't want to talk about, and as I've also mentioned, they took me and Gerard, so it's something, that's all I can say. It's something of importance.
None of that is a lie, so I don't think that your sneaking will count.
You have fan mail.
But the best thing is the truth, but not the whole truth. Then you don't have to remember the lie.
All right. So you are leaving out the part about what they want and why.
Yeah, and everything else.
Right. I will get to the fan mail in just a moment, Helma. So Mark's. Okay. I'm putting the card in for the trait, the sneakiness trait. What about for Mark? Any traits?
He has math, draw, sketch, and father. And I'm thinking about the time he tried to overcome his own father in the discussion. Maybe he used some tips and tricks from that he learned from his father unwillingly learned him.
I see. Well, it's a good question. So how would you express that through role-playing? What does Mark do?
Probably... he probably ask some direct questions, and if she comes up with something which isn't the whole truth, directly with another question, right. So he keeps a little bit on it.
You're doing this fatherly interrogation kind of thing.
Yeah. Probably a little bit of fatherly interrogation, and even some reassurance that it's fine.
Yeah, so we have seen your father before, so I'm trying to imagine how I imagined him and put that behavior onto Mark right now in my head. So that's sort of what I'm doing.
Depending on if it fails or doesn't fail, it will look very alike or very horrible.
Right. We will see if but at the moment, I think the important thing is that we can tell. If we were watching this, we could tell this is happening. So, okay. Now, Sandra, you have some fan mail. Maybe I should express this in terms of budget.
Yeah.
And I have so much budget, I want to just use it. And so I'm going to put in...
Everything.
Not quite. But I'm going to put in 6 from the audience.
Wait,
the budget. Yes.
There is a maximum number on budget you can spend, isn't there? It's 5.
Is that right? No, well, there's maximum. Yeah, okay. So I will do 5.
Not to be
That's okay.
very pesky. You say you don't want it, we don't do it. But
No. If it's,
I was actually reading rules this afternoon.
I appreciate you reading the rules and and reminding me. I actually remember that rule, but I had completely forgotten it. I would not have remembered it on my own. So excellent. So that will give me 6 cards. 1, 2. Poor producer. He can never throw 11 cards at you.
I was kind of assured.
Yeah. Now, I would like to say that currently Sandra has 3 fan mail and Ola has 6 fan mail. So they are available for using for extra cards now, but not later. So yeah.
I want to spend a fan mail from the audience pool to Mark,
right,
because I really like that idea that he's trying to emulate his father.
Right. I agree. I like it too. And so Max now has a point of fan mail from the audience pool. So,
but how much is in the audience pool? Doesn't that get reset from
4 left? It was 0, but now it has 5 in it.
He spends his budget before we start the scene, or we resume the scene.
Right.
So
I don't know.
this way.
I will actually have
I'm
to
not
check
spending
that
my
rule,
6.
but I don't care. So
I'm not spending my 6 fan mail on this. I want to.
Good enough.
I think this is as fun failing as succeeding. So I'm kind of looking forward to the
Ola is torturing everybody. Okay, excellent. Let's
only
the first scene. What else is the first scene for? So excellent. Sandra, would you like to invest some fan mail in this situation?
How many do I have if I don't do it?
You have 3.
Yeah, but if I don't use the fan mail.
Oh, then you have.
She means how many cards?
Yes, 4 cards sitting on the table.
If I don't use the fan mail.
Correct. And
okay, let's use them. Okay, well, let's use those 4. Keep the fan mail.
Okay. And Mark, Max, do you want to spend your 1 point of fan mail on this?
I'm actually gonna use 1 fan mail.
Okay. So
I do not want to disappoint Helma with the father.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, it's there for a reason after all. All right, let's take a look to see what you are up against, and it is brutal. The producer is sailing with 4 red cards. And they are all pretty... Well, I have 1 high card. And then we have... over here, we have Nia with 3. And we have Mark, who in his own cards has only 2. And a black card. That fan mail leaves play. So we are looking at a terrible failure. However, of the high cards, Mark, or rather Max, has the narration. So you have the difficult task of having both of you completely fail. You don't find out, and she fails to lie. Now you can ask Sandra for help in terms of exactly what is said.
But doesn't she succeed because no information gets out?
No, she
not
failed.
necessarily.
She was drawing
or
against me, and she failed.
Yeah. So,
but it's a good
No.
point. What does that mean? But
That
maybe
is-
we'll see.
That is up to Max, who has an interesting creative job now.
Oh, okay. I
So
understand.
both fail.
Think
But
about
in
it this
what-
way: Mark's desire was to get accurate information. Nia's desire was to keep from having to tell the whole truth. They both fail.
So going down this old elevator, and Nia says nothing special happened. Mark is trying to ask, well, what did not happen? He's slowly trying to reach a calming hand, which is a little bit hesitant, but not. And Nia is like, nothing happened. And putting a hand away. And this is
Sandra,
our.
Sandra, do you want to add any content to that?
I think it sounds good that he's grasping for straws.
Mhm.
Yes.
But on the other hand, right now it still sounds as though Nia is succeeding, and she has to be very. I mean, let me make a suggestion.
I can, well,
Yeah, okay.
like I said, what I said is that he got some information. We were abducted, and I went willingly, and there is some information in there. So he got some of it, but not all of it.
Okay, he is asking about the trip to Moonville and what you discovered there.
Yeah, and I won't tell him anything about that.
I
So
know, but
he
you
got
fa-
some
But
information.
you failed that particular task to keep that to yourself. So that means you have to suffer for the failure. And the only thing that I can think of, and this is just a suggestion, is that you do tell, but he doesn't understand it or process it. But Sam is standing right there.
Yeah.
So the point is, Sandra, is that Nia this is rolling a failure in missing with your sword against the goblin. You have to eat the failure somehow.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think?
Yeah, sure. I could tell him that I found some documents of a secret location on a planet that's based on a
Asteroid.
on
but
the
yes.
something on a nearby planet to the moon with.
We can say when Mark is trying to reach with the calming hand, Nia gets angry, push it away. Well, we didn't
Makes a
find
lot
any
of sense.
documents.
Yeah. So Mark basically makes a physical mistake, right? And so that makes some sense.
Because and when Nia gets angry, Mark's like covers away and like, I'm sorry, and becomes a little sad boy.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Sandra? That he would irritate you?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now I'm scared.
But,
All right. So
but did I interpret this right? It's basically that Nia told more than she would have liked to, but Mark didn't actually understand everything.
right,
because
and
he was
trying to connect more emotionally, as it turns out, and that fails badly. So
He tried to emulate his father.
right, his father's people skills, right? Just they aren't for him. Yeah.
So Mark basically don't remember exactly what Nia said because he was
Right.
You could easily say that Mark got the wheels but not the head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
He knows there are some documents, but nothing more than that.
Right. Okay, well, now we are talking about a changed sheet with all kinds of points in different places, and we are ready for someone else to set a scene for the development of personal crisis.